vision. Improving life today. Inspiring progress tomorrow.
Formed 3 years ago and headquartered in Utah, Teens in Crisis is a unique organization that partners troubled kids and young adults with licensed treatment facilities for adolescents with behavioral and emotional problems. Featuring an experienced staff with a team approach, Teens in Crisis continues to offer the best options at a reasonable cost for families that need more than what is available to them locally. Options that empower young people to work toward building a happier future full of strength and security.
Our mission at Teens in Crisis is to help families. We want to let them know the different options that are out there and let them know how they can save their kids.
Like many of today's teenagers, Austin knows what it's like to feel completely lost in a world of turmoil and pain.
I picked up my first drug when I was in 4th grade and I got into gang violence. I was verbally abusive to my mom and my family, and my cousin was actually killed in a drunk driving accident, and that was a final decision maker for my mom. Me and my mom both knew that it was time to make some change in our family.
Austin and his mom turned to Teens in Crisis, an organization that helps families find residential schools and programs offering a comprehensive positive peer culture approach to treating troubled adolescents.
We help families by understanding what their situation is with their child and then letting them know of different schools and programs that are set up to help. We have short-term programs, long-term programs, just depending on what the parent's looking for, what their needs are, and we can make recommendations on which program can help their child, and then we help them with that admissions process into that school or program.
Most kids tend not to be responsive to individual or family therapy, and when you get to a point where you need a higher intensity service, a more comprehensive, multi-dimensional approach out of home is proven to be the most effective.
It stopped me dead in my tracks with, the things it was teaching me about like who I really am and that I'm a really important person. I learned how to be accountable for my own actions and make better choices, make choices off of what I wanted for myself rather than what other people wanted for me, I treat my family with respect. I've got real friends who treat me with respect, and I don't use people anymore.
Adolescence can be a lonely and confusing time. If you or someone you know has a child whose life is heading quickly down a path of destruction, contact Teens in Crisis to help navigate through those problems so that child can have a future full of hope and promise. Teens in Crisis, saving the world one family at a time.
The feedback we get from parents is the best part of what we do. Above anything that we do, that's the most rewarding part, because parents call us, they're very distressed, they're worried, they're very fearful that their child might not be alive tomorrow. And so we go from that situation to hearing from them a month or 6 months or a year, 2 years later. Their child's home, they're doing well, they're communicating, most of the time they're going to college. It's just an amazing opportunity to be able to see that turnaround with parents. And that's the response we're getting from, 99% of our parents.
This type of intervention is the most effective. And again, it has to be multidimensional, multifaceted, and intensive. When you have a resource like Teens in Crisis, what they do is they take the time to comprehensively assess and look at the resources that are available. So it's actually one stop in terms of this is what I have, this is what we have available, and this is what I recommend for you.
I grew more there in the 2 years that I was there than I ever did in the 16 years of growing up. I had no self-esteem, nothing. And just being in the program taught me that I could have those things, like I deserved to have those things. My mom actually cared about me enough to get me the help that I didn't even know that I needed.
My mind couldn't comprehend the difference that this program has made. I mean, I came from a child that wouldn't have anything to do with me, hated the very sight of me, to being able to walk into a room and get a hug and a kiss from kids that I never thought that would even be possible, and that's power. And that's a program that I think everyone should have access to and be able to go to.
I've learned that I can be me and accept myself for who I am. Now that I've learned to be myself, learned to live my contract, I know that there's nothing better. I'm so much happier now because I know who I am today.
I think the therapeutic schools are very effective because they're going to be keeping the child out of trouble. They're going to be addressing the problem of the child with counselors and in group and one-on-one. And if we can give the child 6 months to a year or 18 months with a clean record, he'll come out with a new self-image.
If I wouldn't have gone, I would have been in jail or dead or on the streets within a matter of months. I have a family life with my mom. I have great relationships, great friends, and you know, I treat people with respect rather than abuse them and use them for what I want.
What I notice about Austin today is that he loves himself, he's happy, he has respect for me and respect for himself as well as other people. He's accountable. What I really like about him is that he's so caring, where before he might not have been that way, he definitely cares a lot about how I feel and people around him. As a mother, what I really appreciate is the fact that we have this phenomenal relationship. We communicate so well. It's a give and take, so it's my family. And you know, I lost my son many years ago to his choices, and to have my son given back to me and have the relationship and this wonderful person, and he's a very powerful young man, to be able to share with and grow with is just, to me, the ultimate gift.
Teens in Crisis is a place that you can call to get answers about what's going on with your child and to find solutions to what's happening in their lives and get them turned around.